Next Sunday will be the 7th Sunday of Ordinary Time in Year C. And the Gospel passage focuses on loving your enemies, and it's taken from St. Luke chapter 6, verses 27 to 38. So the little booklet is to match that. And here is how the presentation goes. I'm just going to read to you the very brief idea for the teacher's reference. Jesus taught us that we need to love others, and this includes those who hate us or treat us badly. The materials you'll need for this are the gospel characters, which are here, and set up so that Jesus is generally speaking to a crowd. And there are women and children in this particular crowd that I've put together, but I've taken particular care to include scribes and Pharisees and fishermen and people who may not necessarily always get on with each other. So that's the presentation there. And then throughout the presentation, you're going to indicate the items and the figures. And there won't be a great deal of movement here. It's offering a visual to capture the children's attention more than the reading of a parable or an actual event that involves a lot of movement, because our Lord is just speaking to the crowd. And then as we listen, we can think, we tell the children, about how we can live his message a little bit better. And that can be quite hard. But Jesus can help us, and so can other people help us. This is something that the children might have time to ponder on after the presentation. So Jesus, wants us to love everyone, even people who are sometimes unkind to us or mean to us. Let's hear what he has to say. I'm going to light the candle as we read from the Gospel. Jesus was speaking to the crowds. And I might actually ad-lib to the children a bit. In this crowd, we're going to have people who maybe would have challenges living well with each other and forgiving each other. There's the scribes and the Pharisees, and then there are people who are the ordinary Jewish people, the fishermen, the people from other nations or what have you, a whole mixture of people there. So this is what Jesus said. To you who are listening, I say, love your enemies. Do good to those who hate you. Bless those who curse you. Pray for those who mistreat you. If someone slaps you on one cheek, turn to them the other also. And if someone takes your coat, do not withhold your shirt from them. Give to everyone who asks you, and if anyone takes what belongs to you, do not demand it back. Do to others as you would have them do to you. If you love those who love you, what credit is that to you? Even sinners love those who love them. And if you do good to those who are good to you, what credit is that to you? Even the sinners do that. And if you lend a hand to those from whom you expect repayment, what credit is there to you? Even sinners lend to sinners, expecting to be repaid in full. But love your enemies. Do good to them. Lend to them without expecting to get anything back. Then your reward will be great, and you will be children of the Most High, because He is kind to the ungrateful and the wicked. Be merciful just as your Father is merciful. Do not judge, and you will not be judged. Do not condemn, and you won't be condemned. Forgive, and you will be forgiven. Give, and it will be given to you. In good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over will be poured into your lap. For with the measure you use, it will be measured to you. And that's a very big passage, isn't it? Lots of things that are quite hard for us to think about, how we can really do this. Let's have a think. Let's think about what Jesus said here. Is it easy to love people who show love to us? And then you wait for a bit of a response there. But what about people who upset us or who hurt us? Is that so easy? And they will have responses for that. I wonder what Jesus wants to tell people about loving others and who we should love. I wonder what He is wanting us to do when it comes to people who hurt us. I wonder if that means that the ones who are doing the hurting should also just be allowed to carry on doing the hurting? Is He talking about that? Or, should people who are doing the hurting be thinking of changing as well? And here's something that we can think about. How can I follow Jesus' advice at home and at school? Now, the children will come up with various responses to that. And the thing is to bring it to their level, to the level of their stage and age. And their hurts will often, not always, but often will be little hurts and basically require a big forgiveness on their part because of the age that they are. So it's something that you can unpack with the children in the time that there is for the Sunday school, and follow it up with giving them something to take home, perhaps to think a little bit about who they can forgive today and show their forgiveness today, or how they can be generous towards someone today. And to often we'll tell children, look out for the very first opportunity you have to do that, to forgive someone, let someone have something that maybe you're not that fond of that person, whatever it is. So as to bring this story of Jesus, these words, these wise words of Jesus into their own hearts and into their own lives.